Hi, I'm Jordan Milne. I'm president and CEO of the GMC Group of Companies. We're a real estate development, investment, and management company based in Victoria, British Columbia. I'm also a co-founder of Highspire. Highspire helps businesses leverage their existing operations and harness what they're doing in order to expand into real estate development, to be able to build wealth, the legacy that they want. So I've known Paul for many years, and when he shared with me the idea for Highspire, to me it really resonated because real estate development is something that not many people can benefit from the knowledge associated with, because very few people have the appetite for risk and the desire to pursue it. And so for me, I had a passion towards sharing. I've had many people who have mentored and helped me over the years. And I feel like there's lots of opportunity to help those who have that desire to take the next step to get into real estate development. And it's an opportunity for me to come alongside Paul in that journey and to be able to help others along theirs. One of the things I really love about Highspire is this idea of helping people better themselves, better their companies, better the people that work for them. And it's that idea of improvement and elevating what you do, being able to think long-term, which when you look at real estate development, it is a long-term cycle. And so you have to think not just in the matter of a year or two, which a construction project might take. You have to think in 3, 5, 7-year terms, and possibly longer if you intend on holding that asset. I think for real estate development, what takes place is a mindset shift and an identity shift. So instead of you just being a builder, you're now looking at things from a different perspective. And so you're looking at opportunities within real estate development to produce income through income producing properties, produce profit through a property that you're going to sell at the end of the day, to be able to leverage your building company to provide the services and generate revenue and profit there. You're really having an unlimited opportunity for growth as you leverage those different companies and services that you already provide as a means of being able to expand into continued real estate development and further projects down the road. So a lot of real estate developers maybe started their career as a lawyer, as an accountant, as a real estate agent, and each one of them had a unique way of being able to unlock value. The lawyer understood the legal structure and how they could put things together in order to be able to advantage real estate developments. The accountant looked at it from a tax perspective and understood how they could utilize this in order to be able to create opportunities for financial gain and tax structuring. The real estate agent saw it from how do I be able to acquire land that has been mispriced or undervalued. Builders come at it from the perspective as they're the people who understand the costs. And that's one of the biggest drivers of success or failure in a real estate development is your ability to understand and control your costs associated with the physical work that you're actually doing. And so it's interesting to me that we don't see more builders take that step as accountants and lawyers and real estate agents have and be able to leverage their unique set and skills, which is fundamental to a successful project, to be able to better themselves in the long run and build wealth for themselves. There's 3 things that heavily influence the success of a project, which is what you paid for the land, what your cost base is going in to actually create the end result, the end product, the building, and then ultimately what the market is. One unique thing that a builder has that basically nobody else does is that understanding and ability to control the second piece, which is the costs. And then they can leverage over time knowledge to help influence how they acquire land. The market is always the market. You go from being a builder who's focused on one part of it to being an entrepreneur who's focused on the entire picture. And how are you going to put that together? And how do you leverage the pieces you already have to be able to get as far along as you can? And build a legacy through it, what the picture is that you want, right? Like there's no limit. So you can say, I want to have a picture that's this big, or I want the puzzle to be this big. Everything's about navigating it. Like to me, real estate development is like a Rubik's Cube. We think we figured it out and we've got all the colors in the right place. Then somebody comes along and messes it all up and we got to figure it out again. It's a lot easier to do that when you have a construction company that you can leverage and be able to actually know the best pieces and how to turn it. My background, as it started in real estate development, was on income producing assets. Our sole focus was on commercial office, industrial, and that's what we looked at. We've since expanded into residential, mixed use, and pretty much anything that you can charge a rent for, we have done it. People who have tripped up, the people who have fallen or made mistakes, the people who have seen projects go into receivership are typically those who had acquired raw land and they had no ability to service it and they had no income producing portfolio within which to sustain them through a downturn. And so one of the key things that people need to be able to consider is their exposure to leverage. If you can acquire something that has an income stream and add value to it, you're protecting yourself on a downside. If you're acquiring raw land, you are extremely subject to what the land market is doing at any given time. So you have to know how to then buy that land at a really favorable price in order to be able to take that into consideration. Real estate development is as much risk management as anything else. The construction cost component is one of those pieces of risk that you have to manage. And then there's so many other layers into it between the acquisition of land at the front end and then actually making sure you're underwriting and understanding the market for what you're delivering at the back end. Are you delivering office space, industrial space, homes, whatever it might be? You have to have a clear lens on all of those pieces. The people who succeed are the ones who understand all those facets. The construction one is a huge one in the middle of those facets, but you really have to understand how to see the market and how to unlock value from where things currently stand and where they're going. Part of that's economy-based, like is there job growth, population growth? What are the economic drivers that would support what you're doing? And then what are the economic risks that could have a negative impact to what you're doing? I really have a passion for helping others, and I have a lot of knowledge in a really small area, which is associated with real estate development. But those who want the help and have the passion to leverage into real estate development, to get into it, for anybody who wants that information, I'm happy to share it. And if you don't have to listen to me.